Hey guys, this is Matt Reisinger.
Jordan Smith.
From The Build Show, coming to you from the JLC Live Conference in Providence, Rhode Island. We're gonna be checking out what's cool, what's interesting, and what's hot. But let's start with tools. I was totally blown away at the Stabila booth. Check this out, laser measure. Over the years I've found them semi-helpful, but Stabila has nailed it with this. This is the LD250. This laser measure, 165 feet it'll go, and it's accurate. Check this out, its accuracy is a 1/16 of an inch over 100 feet. Press it once, you're gonna put the laser on the mark, press it again, and it's gonna take the reading. And check this out, my readings as I press this are showing up on the screen via Bluetooth to my phone. They have an app you're gonna sync to. Now check this out, you're doing crown mold. It's really hard to stand your tape out there and figure out on a one-man show, how do I get that measurement for that crown molding? I can shoot the measurements. If I make a mistake, I can hit the back button, and then I can draw the room. Let's say these 4 measurements, my room. I can draw the room right here, and then I can just click and drag all these right to where they go. So then when I go over my cut table, I've got all my cuts, huge accuracy, and super easy. Literally $100 for this tool. They're gonna kill it with this. What else did you see, Jordan?
So the combo to that is this sweet Tech 700 DI angle finder. So I'm doing a crown molding demo upstairs right now, and I've been using this to find that inside corner, right? So
it's never perfectly
exactly,
90,
it's never perfectly 90. So if I've got 82.5, well, that's a little bit off. Let's say that is a little bit closer. Now I can divide it by 2. And it shows me 42.7. I know exactly what my miter is. Now, you know, on a miter saw, getting 42.7 is not very accurate on the gauge. So you can lock this, and once it's locked, you set it right in, and you set your blade to exactly
set your blade
that
right
angle.
on there. And as long as you're trying to get the
exactly.
index.
So as long as you're doing a nested crown, you can hit it every single time. So I love this tool. Great combination with this. But I like big tools.
Oh, I like big tools.
This is the big laser. This is the Laser LAR 350. It has a range of a half mile, so we can have 1,300 feet one way and 1,300 feet the other way, have multiple contractors using the same receivers to set the height, the reference height. Here's a tip and trick. If you're using a big laser like this, you gotta set it up to the same height every single day so that all of your trades are using the same reference line. Take a Sharpie, find your line right here, make that line. Now, lots of people are going to be making their reference lines if you have lots of different trades on, say, a commercial project. So here's another tip, initial it, right? So now I know every single time that I come back to this build site, I have my reference line. I'm able to set my tripod up to the same height every single day, and I know that all of my details are going to match over a huge lot.
That's legit. What's a laser like this cost, Jordan?
Sales price here is about $1,300. If you ever come to a trade show that Stabila is at, they sell stuff from their booth, so it's not something that they'll say, hey, go check us out at wherever. You can buy stuff from their booth at a discounted price, so it's $1,300-ish here.
It's going to be in that neighborhood.
It's going to be in that neighborhood.
That's
1,500,
really good
something
for
like
a laser
that.
like that. You're going to get a lot of good years out of this.
Absolutely.
Guys, let's go see what else we can find at JLC Live. Y'all follow Kyle from RR Buildings on YouTube, right? Kyle, what's the coolest thing that you've seen at the show so far?
Dude, I'm going to show you the most epic hammer you'll ever see, so come with me, dude.
Epic hammer, all right? Let's check it out.
Let's check it out. What's up, guys? So this right here is Marc Martinez, and Marc is the hammer legend, the god. He created the original titanium hammer that almost every carpenter that's ever swung a hammer sought after. Like, that was the thing to do. But, like, Marc has come out with the next best thing that I've been swinging personally for like 2 years now, and this is awesome to have the opportunity to share with you guys Marc, his story, and the awesome tools that he's got.
Right. Well, my previous hammer was the stiletto, as everybody knows, but this right here has a replaceable head to where once the head wears out, you're not locked into throwing the whole tool away, and you're able to interchange the head and the grip. So if your grip wears out, you can change the grip. Your head wears out, you can change the head. The handle is the primary function of this tool. Okay, once you own this handle, you're good for life.
Which
basically.
is titanium.
Right.
So this
Which
titanium
is
handle.
Right. So we're showing our powder-coated ones here today because that's what we're selling at the show. But we have, other things that we've been working on also. We have the new, square, the Martinez square, made from titanium. it is durable, and you know, it's definitely a lifetime tool.
But the thing about these tools that most people don't understand until they have them in their hands, Mark, like I didn't understand it as a carpenter, was that there's so much innovation, things that you're like, dude, these hand tools have been out for years. You can buy them for $10 at a Home Depot. But Mark has taken those tools and made them more efficient, more durable, more precise, and like super sexy. So guys like me that want to look good, you want to do good work, and you want like just to feel confident in your trade, you put a tool, a hammer that looks like this in your tool belt. And confidence goes up. Your customer, your client feels like, dude, this guy is a carpenter. He knows what he's doing. And Mark just keeps coming out with killer stuff. And you've got all these prototypes that
we've been showing this one around a little bit on Instagram regarding our new framing square, which features these cam lock locks, which has 850 pounds of pressure on them. So once they're locked in, you can't move it. And this is really met with a lot of favor here at the show at the JLC. We ended up coming up with a carpenter square too. This is just fresh off the press.
It's sexy, man.
This thing is brand new. And we put a table saw wrench in the end so that you don't have to go looking for it. You can loosen the blade on your table saw and at the same time calibrate it. Then we also have just the regular carpenter square that we have right here. This is a brand new one, but we put a skill saw wrench in the end of it. But you, as the, my audience, has driven me to this. I mean, every time I work on one of these tools, I have you guys in mind as to what it is you guys want to see, how you want to use your tools, and the feedback that you give me, I take everybody's feedback, no matter how small or how insignificant you may think it is, it drives this innovation. And I can't thank you enough, and just keep the innovation coming.
So you can find Mark and all these tools on martineztools.com?
Yes.
And that's really the only place you can get them. And Mark is just an awesome dude that cares about us as carpenters, and that's why I just love this dude. So hopefully you guys, if you're in the interest of getting an epic hand tool, check out Mark.
Now, Todd, the company is the Phillips Screw Company? I thought that was a generic Kleenex brand.
No, Phillips Screw Company is actually the original inventor of the Phillips head screw. We've been around since 1934 with the patent on the original Phillips head screw since 1935, and we've been quietly innovating ever since that, doing business with people like NASA and Boeing and Ford, a lot of aerospace and automotive, and now we're moving into the construction market.
That's wild, I had no idea. So what's new in the world of Phillips screws then?
What we've done is we have taken technology called the Phillips Square Drive, and we have created a screw that is the fastest starting, fastest driving, and with our stick-tight technology, we eliminate drop screws altogether.
Yeah, so when I first saw this, I thought your bit was magnetic, but it's not, is it?
That is an engineered stick-tight, non-magnetic.
That is cool. Now you've got a patent or two on this too, don't you?
We do, and how we accomplish that is that we take a combo drive that looks like a square and a Phillips combined, and then we run stabilizing ribs on the fins of the Phillips. On the inside of the recess, there's slots, and the combination of those two lock together for an engineered stick tight.
That's cool. It almost feels like a zip tie kind of ratchet system as it goes in there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a very tight bond that actually allows you to do one-handed, anti-wobble, stable engagement driving.
Man, that's cool.
Keeps one hand free to go back into your belt, grab another screw. We like to say no longer do you need to use two hands and an elbow to install something on a vertical surface.
Proof's in the pudding. Let's see how it works at an off angle, because normally when I think of a Phillips screw, I'm thinking I got to start it straight on and then maybe I can angle it. But let's see if we can get it to go right. Check that out. When you say lightning, you're not kidding.
It is actually 20% faster than all the other screws that we've tested on the marketplace.
Anything else interesting I should see on this?
So there's 6 points of innovation in total on this screw. We start at the drive system, which is the combination between the bit and the recess, what we talked about. Then we actually have low energy threads. These low energy threads are patented threads, and it's part of what allows it to install so quickly. We take what a lot of people consider to be the Type 17 slash, and we move it up the shank so that we keep the tip free so that we can roll the threads all the way to the tip. And then we also run ribs underneath the head so that we can get good countersinking with it.
That's great. All right, now do the other demo that I liked. Watch those guys. This is cool. You drive that fastener in, and it holds that bit so tightly that DeWalt 20 volt is just hanging there. And again, it's not magnetic. It's that stick tight that does it.
That's correct.
That's cool. Todd, how can people find this product?
Right now, we're going into home centers and we're working with lumber yards and home centers across the country. But we've also put a listing out on Amazon.
How about that?
And so we're out on Amazon right now as a way for people to get it right now.
So that case with a bunch of samplers, normally it would be like 80 bucks, is 50 bucks, including the case. And you got a show special. Would you extend that for my Build Show fans?
You got it.
All right,
absolutely.
Man. Next 2 weeks, there'll be a link in the description. You can find the sweet set, 40 bucks on Amazon, shipped direct to you. Guys, look for the link in the description, the Phillips Screw Company.
Prozzi's been around for 30 years, but you might still not have heard of them. This is Bob Cummings. He's the owner and founder of this company, and you've probably seen it on guys like Canadian Carpenter. Run us through what you got.
Sure. What we have is an attachment that fits on. We make a model for a worm drive saw and a model for a non-worm drive saw. And this is how easy it goes on your saw. This is the new DeWalt cordless 64 volt. 1 bolt here and 2 bolts here. That's our 12-inch model. We also make our 18-inch model, which we just came out with. This will give you 18 inches on a 90-degree cut. It will give you 14 inches on a 45-degree cut. I'm running this on the new Makita cordless 36 volt. The beauty of the beam cutter is the chain turns the opposite direction of a chainsaw. And what it's doing, it's giving me the accuracy of a circular saw with the capacity of a chainsaw. So when I go in to cut, let me put my safety glasses on and go in. I have cut through all that, and I have a beautiful finished cut, and I did this all with the Prozzi beam cutter. And it's a time saver, and again, we have a 12-inch model and an 18-inch model. And believe it or not, we're selling almost as many of the 18-inch models as we are the 12.
I love this tool. It's so cool to see a circular saw get turned into a chainsaw for beams and for gang cutting. Really cool product.
Cool, man.
JLC Live, Providence, New England. That's a wrap. It was a super fun show. One thing I did want to mention that did make the video, by the way, they unleashed this at the International Builder Show this year. This is new from Huber, one of our show sponsors, Valley Flash. You can get it in 12-inch wide. They also make this in 9 and 6 now.
And they've got a stretch tape that you've seen before on a bunch of our videos. Usually it comes in 75 foot long. This is 20-foot version, and you can get it right off Amazon, so it's a great option if you're into remodeling and just need the smaller rolls.
That's cool stuff. Jordan, I love the show because it's a little smaller, a little more intimate. All the great builders are here. There's really no production builders here. Also a ton of carpenters here. They had trade school kids here yesterday. This is a really fun show. If you haven't been, sign up for one of the future JLC Live shows or the Remodeling and Deck Expo, also put on by these same guys. And also big thanks to our friends at the Journal of Light Construction. Sign up for their weekly email newsletter. We'll put a link below on that. Or sign up for the Tools of the Trade newsletter. Also a really great newsletter. Once a week on your email box, all kinds of good stuff. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. New content every Tuesday and every Friday on The Build Show. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We'll see you next time on The Build Show.